Okay, hey guys, it's Kat. Yes, it has been a long time. Here's Tinkerbell's with us with Briar Rose and Aurora. I've got a lot of babies dressed, and I'm going to dress a couple because I have a lot to say and tell you why I have been gone. So, I got to get my little cheat sheet here. Tinkerbell, let me have my paper. Thank you. Okay, we have Briar Rose and Aurora dressed for the week that they did beach or aquariums, and they have their little, here, let me move her down a little bit. And there. They have a little mermaid on their shirt. And since I didn't have anything for picnic or bees, because, well, I haven't been able to get to my apartment to get things, which I'll tell you a story real quick. I've got a little bee pacifier that Miss Briar Rose has on her chest, and Miss Aurora has a ladybug. So bees and ladybugs are with picnics. Okay, got those. Okay, move these real quick. And, dagblasted, I just remembered something that I forgot. Okay. Oh, move, Tinker. Here are my twin boys. Yes, they are big. Let's see if I can get them in right there. Okay. Oscar here is rocking the giraffes. You know what? I need to mark this off so I remember where I'm at. Yes, it's been that kind of month. Okay, we did the giraffes. We did the picnic and bees. We did the beach aquarium. And my pen just ran out. Oh, well. Okay. Oscar is rocking a little sleeper that's kind of, I don't know, cream color. But it has giraffes and monkeys and alligators and rhinoceroses. And get out of my tea. Thank you, Missy. And I think that's all the animals that's on his sleeper here. And this baby, and I did it again, guys. I cannot remember his name. Let me kind of hold him up so you guys can see those pretty eyes of his. I forgot to go back and look. For some reason, I cannot remember his name. But he is rocking, which he was in, if you notice from the last video I did with him, if y'all remember, because I don't even remember when it was. He had his penguin outfit on, so he still has his penguin to rock the red, black, white, was it black, white, and red all over, or other. And he has no red, but he has a little yellow, orangish thing for the nose right there. And, okay, wait a minute. We got the black regular night. Okay. Also, little Miss Oscar has a fish magnet to go with the beach and fishy and aquarium theme. And we all need dessert when we go on picnics. So Mr. No Name here has a cookie. Did I get it? Okay. Now, we need to do lions, tigers, and bears and camping. So the boys here, we're going to do lions and tigers and bears. And I hope their limbs don't fall off. I haven't used zip ties yet because I still want to get them weighted different. So while we are changing them, we'll put one of them in this. Yes, Miss Tinkerbell has to help. Miss Tinkerbell is now 6 months old. And for any of you who have had cats or kittens, it is like the toddler teenage stage. So I think Mr. Oscar and Mr. No Name will rock this one. Now I'm going to change it here. Sorry. Okay. While I'm getting this and getting it all figured out, I'm going to tell you why I have been gone. 4 weeks ago, my mom went out to the garage and picked up some picture frames. Just, you know, those little 8x10 picture frames that, you know, you hang on the wall with your family and kids and stuff. Well, she came in the house and she says, I have a little twinge in my back. I said, okay, let's put the heating pad on or whatever. And she's like, no, I'll be okay. She said, it just kind of feels a little weird. I said, okay. So, didn't think too much about it until within oh, I don't know, 3 hours, I had her at the emergency room. So they did a CT scan. Nothing was wrong. Couldn't find anything. Said, you know, it was muscle. They wanted to give her pain med, muscle relaxers, but my mom has night terrors. Okay, I'm going to end up putting Oscar in this white onesie that has bears and bear paws and bear heads all over it. So, okay, took her home. She didn't want any of the medicine. Fine. Okay, that was this Tuesday. Saturday, we called the ambulance to come get her because she was in so much pain. And I was afraid I could not get her out to the car by myself. That they came out, and since she had just been to the ER and she had a CT scan, we did a virtual ER visit. You know what? I'm going to try to look at the video instead of thinking of other things. So that ER doctor ordered her some Norco and I forget what the muscle relaxer was. No, it was Norco. I don't know. Norco was in there. So she was taking it. Well, it really wasn't helping. No, Norco wasn't in at that point. I don't know what was in at that point. Anyway, sorry about that. Let me get him situated and then I can concentrate. So that was Saturday. That following Tuesday, she still was not getting any pain relief. So I took her to our orthopedic hospital urgent care here. And they did an x-ray and found out that somehow she had cracked her L3 vertebrae. And that is the third vertebrae up from your butt. So, then that night we had an MRI there. Anyway, so they scheduled surgery. See, this was Tuesday. They scheduled or was it Thursday? Anyway, they scheduled for her to have surgery, and it was going to be on a Tuesday. So she had to come off her warfarin. Because what they were going to do was they were going to make an incision in her back and then with a syringe go in and inject, what he called it was bone cement. And that would stabilize the fracture. So on a Monday, we had to go in and get her INR tested. And what what an INR is, tells us how thick or how thin the blood is. And she was 1.5 and he wanted her to be at 1.3. So he canceled the surgery. Which, to backtrack a little bit, when I know this, I can't keep this leg on. So he's just going to be legless while I put this on. Oh, I gotta do zip ties soon, one of these days. I know I've been saying that forever. So anyway, he had postponed his vacation a day so he could do mom's surgery. Well, this sent her, she had a meltdown at the doctor's office where we get her INR tested. And it was horrible. We could not get her to calm down. Finally did. I got her home. You know, she got to thinking that, okay, you know, this is for the best. There's a reason. Okay. We did that. So, came home, still having problems. Well, my mom stopped eating and drinking because the doctor, here's Mr. No Name and his little bear that says blue, it's a blue onesie that has an outline of a bear in silver and it says hug me on it. And his left leg is off. It's a very hefty left leg. Look at these thighs. Are they not something? And look at those little chubby toes and feet. I love this sculpt. can't think of the sculpt name either. I know I got it from Bountiful Baby. And these boys were reborn by, oh, crapola. I can't think of the nursery name. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description below, along with what their sculpt is. This is the twins, Aaliyah, oh my gosh. Aurora and Briar Rose is the Kiko, something like that, sculpt from Bountiful Baby. And they were reborn by Asha, Pickles and Sweet Tea or something like that. I don't remember. So anyway, Mom ended up in the hospital. Now I'm going to do the campy one. I'm going to have Mr. Cooper. And he's going to be in this oatmeal sleeper. Again, it's a zipper, which I don't really care for, but hey. And there in the forest, we have deer, we have mushrooms, we have trees. I think this is a fox. Here's a fox. I don't know what that is. And we got bears on here, and bears on the little bear head on the little feet with ears sticking up. And that's not a deer, that's a stag. And we have a squirrel. We have a beaver up here. I think this is a beaver there. Maybe that's a bear. I think it's a beaver instead of a bear. You know what? I just don't know. So on with my story. So I had to call the ambulance, come get Mom. And oh my gosh, the ER was packed. Mom got the last room. And when I say packed, I finally found a seat out in the waiting room until they could let me back there to be with her. And when I went back there, there were people laying in gurneys all in the hallway of the ER, back in the ER. They didn't have enough rooms or anything. So, got Mom in there. Well, the ER doctor said that since Mom cannot control the pain with the pain medicine that her doctor had prescribed, and she had stopped eating, she's so dehydrated that she could not leave the hospital until she had the surgery on her back. So she ended up having surgery. They got her hydrated. She had surgery. She went to rehab. Rehab was hell. One of the nurses, he was just horrible, and Mom started having night terrors about him. So last Sunday, we had a come to Jesus moment with the social worker, the head nurse, and the head administrator of the rehab center / nursing home. So we almost pulled her out last Sunday morning, but we didn't. My brother's girlfriend's a nurse, and she got in there, we just let her take charge. So we come up, my mom agreed to stay Tuesday and Wednesday, if she could come, Monday and Tuesday, if she could go home Wednesday. And the nurse we didn't like that she had night terrors about was not allowed to be near her room. I can't explain how he was. You almost had to be there. It was like he wasn't mean, he wasn't friendly, but you could see like rage and something just right under his surface that, I mean, he could snap at any time. I just don't know how to explain it. So anyway, we loved our day staff there. We loved the new second shift nurse. He was just awesome. Some of their techs still weren't very good, but we made it through. We brought her home Wednesday. We had therapy starting Thursday, which they ended up, a nurse came out to set everything up for therapy. She was really nice. Therapy came out Friday. The occupational therapist saw Mom and said, well, she didn't need occupational therapy because Mom was able to dress herself and she could do everything she wants. When she had the surgery, she was out of pain. So she's able to dress herself now and do everything. But physical therapy is going to have to come out for a couple weeks. And they're coming to the house so she can just get her strength back. Meanwhile, I've called my cousin who lives in Nashville, Tennessee. She came up yesterday, and she's going to stay with us for a week. Her job, she takes care of elderly, homebound people. And Mom's not really homebound, but she's not allowed to get out and go a lot. So she's come up to help so I can have a break, because for 4 weeks I have not slept. I have been running around. When they finally got to the hospital, I had to go from one end of the hospital to the other. And those of you who know, I have back issues of my own with bone spurs on my bottom 5 vertebrae. And of course, with my fibril and everything else, my body just keeps shutting down at really weird times now. So, Mom's home. She's doing good. My brother came and got my cousin and Mom and took them to church this morning. So that's why I'm trying to get through this video real quick. So, last theme I have to do is camping, along with a story. And this story happened when I was about, I don't know, probably 8, 9 years old. And my dad had a truck that had a camper on it, a camper shell over the top. So that was going to be our tent, you know. I think my brother, either me or my brother was going to sleep up in the cab, and Mom and Dad and whoever, either me or Greg was going to sleep in the bed of the truck with them. So we get there, and we're there with a group of friends, and they had a big camper. They camp all the time. My mom's home. So anyway, there he is in his outfit. So anyway, I ended up sleeping with them. Well, my mom, after that first night, decided about midnight, she wasn't sleeping in the truck. So they went home. They came back at 6 o'clock in the morning. And we did that for the next 3 nights. We stayed at the campsite all day, and we went home and slept on our beds at night. So that is my camping trip. This is the end of my long video, and I hope I got everything in. Wishing everybody a great happy Labor Day. Great week this next week, and we'll talk to y'all later. This is Kat signing off saying